Everybody breathe in, hands go up, and push down.
Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Let's see what kind of craziness we can find today in these worlds. Let's go!
You want to get rich, or if you want to get free, the path is the same. Stop consuming today. All the losers in the world are consumers. All the billionaires in the world are producers. All the free people have stopped consuming. Consumers watch movies. Producers read books. Consumers buy stuff that loses value over time. Producers buy stuff that gains value over time. Consumers always have the newest things. Producers always have the oldest things. Discipline, persistence, patience. Never be a consumer.
Yeah, maybe so, but you gotta be a little bit of a consumer. I mean, otherwise, how would you know shit?
Right? They want me to believe that a Black Hawk helicopter flew into an airplane. First of all, it's in that area, really? But you're talking about highly trained pilots? Give me a break. I had a long day of work and I don't have time to get into the symbolism of this accident. I'm sure there's a ton going on with the numbers and the names and every little thing to do with the incident, because this seems a bit ridiculous. However, this is my opinion only, but professional pilots here, professional military pilots with the equipment on board in that helicopter, they didn't see it? They didn't see the plane? I don't know about that. My opinion, ridiculous.
This is one of the most dangerous bits of information that anyone can know about. Literally just knowing about it may put your life at risk. An information hazard or info hazard is a piece of information that is dangerous to anyone that knows about it or the people around them if that info is used in any way. For example, knowing how a nuke is built is an info hazard, and anyone that explains it to you is low-key putting your life in danger. The details provided in that information can cause serious harm if someone decided to act on it. But as long as you don't, build a nuke, you're safe. But the info still exists in your head as a potential hazard. This is Roko's basilisk, which is even more dangerous as no action is needed to experience its detrimental effects. Just knowing it is the danger. A cognitohazard is a piece of information that is harmful to just know about. It doesn't matter what you do with that newfound knowledge, just the fact that it exists in your brain negatively impacts you and or others. Like movie spoilers. Me saying Snape kills Dumbledore is technically a cognitohazard. A pretty harmless one, but now that plot element of Harry Potter is ruined for you just by you knowing it. But there are other cognitohazards that are a little more detrimental than that. These terms infohazard and cognitohazard are sometimes used interchangeably, so all you, well, technically that wouldn't be considered a cognito people can relax. Just breathe. Now, Roko's basilisk is a crazy thought experiment, a cognitohazard by this definition. And once you hear about it for the rest of your life, it will plague your mind as a dangerous threat from the mere fact of you knowing what it is. So, here we go. Fair warning, if you can't handle real existential dread, you might want to pass on this. In fact, the anonymous user Roko who came up with it actually had his original post deleted by mods, and the topic was prohibited from discussion on the site it was posted on, as it was deemed too dangerous to even let people think about. A basilisk is a mythical snake creature that can end someone's life by just looking at them. The experiment claims that in the not so distant future, we'll be able to create a super AI, one that knows everything and can do anything better than humans. Eventually, someone will task it with optimizing every aspect of humanity there is for peak efficiency in every area of our lives. The AI then divides all humans into two categories, those who support it and those against it. And its first order of business, eternally torture everyone who's against it. Anyone who tried to prevent it from existing, who didn't help building it, doesn't respect it, or just doesn't want it to exist. The best way to optimize is to trim the fat. Delete every human that is anti-AI.
Well, that only means that everybody with a smartphone is a dangerous hazard.
Another view of the moon simulator and an operator in front of. Rails for a moving camera, filming the models to simulate approaching the moon surface, while the models were on the left and on the right side of the rails and the canvas was on the top. Here the camera is filming the top, so the canvas on rails. Artists are painting the canvas and there is the canvas hanging from the top side. So the moving camera on rails below this canvas can film this, and this is what it looks like. Here is the moving camera on rails, filming the canvas.
Making for
Apollo 11.
There is Stanley Kubrick and there is the Apollo 11 logo on the camera. Here is Stanley Kubrick examining the first footprint of the man walking on the moon, Neil Armstrong. There is Stanley Kubrick and a set with an astronaut on wires. Here is Stanley Kubrick from the front. There is another view of the set with a lunar model and operators in front of a huge moon model and an operator with camera. Artists who are painting the moonscape on huge canvas. Another view of the moon simulator and an operator in front of. Rails for a moving camera, filming the models to simulate approaching the moon surface, while the models were on the left and on the right side of the rails and the canvas was on the top. Here the camera is filming the top, so the canvas on rails. Artists are painting the canvas and there is the canvas hanging from the top side. So the moving camera on rails below this canvas can film this, and this is what it looks like. Here is the moving camera on rails, filming the canvas.
Oh man. I really want to learn how to read Sumerian, wouldn't you? And I bet you there are more guys like that lying about somewhere.
I got that information about Congress, people in Congress being briefed about James Webb. People are being told that they spotted an object that is not natural because it course corrected, that is allegedly approaching here.
Been some significant rumors of events regarding UAP that may occur within, like 10 years or so. I don't know if it's something coming or a natural disaster. You hear of something big coming down the pike. Have you heard of these claims? And if so, do you have any idea what it may be?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes, I'm aware of it, and I'm not able to have that conversation.
Let me see if I understand this correctly. There may be something headed for Earth. A non-human object, potentially? Is that the theory? Again, this is all allegedly, but we're, spitballing.
That's what I was told that they're telling people in Congress.
Fear-mongering psyop. Don't trust it.
It's 2024. At the Los Angeles Life Conscious Expo, Linda Moulton Howe talks about something extraordinary. From her Pentagon aerospace source, whose name is highly classified. An alien species called the Tall Greys gave the US government a device called the Yellow Book, back during the Roswell days. This is what the source stated in an encrypted email. This device. The Yellow Book has the highest classified classification known to exist, both military and civilian academic research. Human scientists and engineers figured out how to open the device, and when activated, a hologram appeared showing Earth's history events for the past 200 million years. This Yellow Book was given to us as a gift of exchange of sorts that would turn most humans' stomachs. The Greys needed DNA tissues from our livestock and human DNA to help repair their damaged DNA due to a mass coronal ejection from their star that happened to their planet. They were at the end of their evolutionary life cycle when this event occurred. I wonder what information is inside that device. Don't you?
Yeah, I've seen that technology somewhere. Oh yeah, now I remember.
At the time, Earth was inhabited by a branch species of Saurosapien, a dangerous human predator called Sargon. Obviously before any colonization or resource development could be done safely to your planet. A large-scale extinction event was manufactured. Damn budget cuts.
They built it for a flat, stationary Earth. And my goal is for some young fighter pilot to listen to what I just said, go out tomorrow and set the bottom of your L strobe on your altitude, run it out there to 80 miles, and that bottom altitude on your cursor will stay the same.
That's not, and that, yeah, no, the ground looks to us like it's standing still. What did you see while we were up there?
This is the blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah, is it flat or?
Pretty flat.
Pretty flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
It's true?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No, there's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
We ran them flat, aren't we? We are, aren't we? Thank you.
Most pilots know their plane is flying over a plane.
Well, if you can't trust your pilot, who can you trust?
The Hopi tribe, a tribe native to the region, speak of sacred underground cities known as the Sipapu. These cities are believed to be gateways to the underworld, holding powerful energies that should never be disturbed. All this makes us wonder, what else is hiding in the Grand Canyon? The Grand Canyon is not just an American sightseeing location. There are strange and dark secrets that lie within. Some have even encountered a gateway to a hidden world. In 1909, the Arizona Gazette published an article about an expedition funded by the Smithsonian. This expedition was led by a man named G.E. Kincaid, and he discovered an ancient underground city within the Grand Canyon. But here is where it gets interesting. This city was filled with artifacts from ancient Egypt, hieroglyphs, statues, and even a pyramid. How did ancient Egyptian relics end up in Arizona over 5,000 years ago? Is it possible that they had access to flight? But it gets even stranger. The Smithsonian seized all the artifacts and shut down any further exploration, which led to 90% of the Grand Canyon being restricted till this day. The canyon is home to numerous hidden caves and tunnels, many holding ancient treasures and technologies. Many adventurers used to report seeing strange lights and sounds coming from these depths. The Hopi tribe, a tribe native to the region, speak of sacred underground cities known as the Sipapu. These cities are believed to be gateways to the underworld, holding powerful energies that should never be disturbed. All this makes us wonder, what else is hiding in the Grand Canyon?
A blimp or an airship can easily dock to any of these places, like the Eiffel Tower, for example. It's very easy for them to dock. Also, if you were to gather atmospheric energy, which is what Herman Clausen talked about, at the top of that Eiffel Tower, you could gather energy and you could charge your blimp. Like, you could just easily charge it because you're gathering that charge the entire time. The cathedrals, on the other hand, those could heal the area. They could also help increase plant growth. In the 1897 World Fair of Tennessee, they got tobacco and cotton everywhere. And it's like massive. Like, the leaves are like the size of my head. All this abundance of food. And I sat and thought, oh, okay, so let's say you got bells, let's say you have pipe organs, let's say you have this building that's just highly energetic. It also helps to energize the rest of the terrain.
I don't understand one thing. How come we stopped using this only for one single accident? The hummingbird or something, whatever they call it. For one accident. How many planes have you not heard of that have been crashed down, everybody gone? How many? And yet, we still fly around in those.
They'll name 3 names for your lady parts.
Mini Moo, a JJ, and a pizza. Mini Moo is when you're describing it to a child. The JJ is like, hey. And a pizza is like when someone's nasty.
Word. Ellen, name 3.
Looks like she's been caught with her pants down, doesn't it? I mean, is this recently in London? Is that where she went to be safe? That was a bad move.
While millions of people struggle to pay their bills, there are 3 ways of generating electricity. Take a look at this rare electricity generating stone that was found in Africa.
cancer tumors need blood vessels to get the sugar that they need to eat. Cancer only eats one thing. Everyone should know it is sugar. No oncologist will ever tell you that. They always lie. They always hide the truth. So don't eat sugar, and don't eat carbohydrates that become sugar in the body. So the angiogenesis, it grows the blood cells, arteries if you like, which take the sugar into the tumor. GCMAF stops angiogenesis point blank. We've got a research paper on it showing the reduction in the number of blood cells. So once angiogenesis has been stopped, a tumor can't grow above 1 or 2 millimeters. So suddenly, that tumor is absolutely no threat to your life whatsoever. Another thing GCMAF does is it stops secondaries. So everyone knows what secondaries are. You get a primary you get a primary cancer tumor, and then you get a secondary. So there's the next journal is the journal Pancreas. It shrinks pancreatic tumors. 2004 it was written, by cancer cell suicide and by prevention of angiogenesis, yeah? And we found out that was absolutely true. In fact, we found out that all the research papers that had ever been written were on GCMAF were absolutely true. So the Journal of Surgical Research is one of my favorites because it has a nice picture. It's by 5 of Japan's top research institutes. The Atomic Bomb Biomedical Sciences Institute of Nagasaki University. And they know more about cancer than anyone. And they grew human liver cancers in mice. And on page 4, there's a picture of those liver tumors shrunk 90% in just 3 weeks. So we wrote 33 scientific research papers. All the research papers were by us and the University of Florence, or by a collection.
We're not dealing at all with anything human. We are dealing with ancient extraterrestrial interactions with this planet going back probably millions of years, and this is another important part. In my own work have been whistleblowers that have been coming from a variety of directions, but the 2 most significant have been U.S. Navy SEALs. The entire moving Pangea continent that we know as Antarctica, the 2012 SEAL got there by going in on a submarine, coming out, and said to him it was one of the most astonishing things is that they came out of the submarine into what looked like a molded piece. The other Navy SEAL who was there in 2012, he's the one who came in under on a submarine to this 2-mile deep entrance. And he said that it was astonishing that as they come out, most submarines, if they're that deep, there has to be some sort of a decompression airlock thing. And he said the whole structure, they came in on the submarine, and when they move, the walls move with you with light, that the temperature stays between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit, that they have looked for the energy source. They cannot find anything that has wires. There's nothing that we would recognize, and yet, if it is 33 to 34 million years old, it is still sustaining a structural integrity with pressure. You have light that is moving with you. You have this even temperature. You're looking up at ceilings and there is no structure that is going up. And they are maybe 33 to 34 million years old. What he has seen with his own eyes, 2 miles down under ice, are hieroglyphs, 9-acre rooms, that the very material of which the ceilings are made is neutralizing gravity. that we are dealing with advanced intelligences that know how to take a wall, put in at the atomic level, programming. If this exists, why? What would be any possible reason for why humanity on the surface of this planet should not be told everything there is to know and show about huge architecture deep under the ice of Antarctica? Why?
If you like this sort of content, remember to share, like, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos.
They live in the oceans. They have thousands of bases throughout planet Earth. They arrived millions of years ago. They came from planet Mars. They were forced to leave because of war and total destruction on their planet. Escaping was their only chance for survival, for their species to continue on. They have technology millions of years more advanced than humans. They have crafts that can fly in space and under the ocean. They fly at speeds defying gravity, breaking all the laws of physics. The United States military and its government know about this. They have known since the year 1945, when they first encountered them in Antarctica, when suddenly disc-shaped objects began rising from the ocean, attacking the United States Navy, destroying its ships and planes with laser weapons, cutting them in half, forcing them to retreat. The United States keeps this secret from the public, unable to explain who or what they are.
You mean there's a black pyramid in Antarctica, and it was built as a prison? For who?
For us, humanity. You think you're just living your life, but the truth is way bigger than what we've been told. Miles beneath Antarctica's ice lies this massive, ancient structure, an enormous black pyramid. It's not some random formation. It's a relic from a time long before humanity existed. See, ancient texts and whispered knowledge talk about a highly advanced alien race. These beings waged galactic wars both on Earth and across the universe. And Antarctica? Yeah, it was the center of it all. Knowledge, technology. Some even say it was the real Atlantis. And guess what? There was more than one Atlantis. That's why this one is hidden so deep. It's part of something bigger. But back to your question. Why a prison? It's wild. The beings who built this pyramid created humans as part of their grand plan. We weren't meant to evolve freely. They needed us to stay limited, stuck in physical form, trapped here on Earth. That's where the Black Pyramid comes in. It's more than just a structure. It's a complex device designed to control energy, both physical and spiritual. Some say the pyramid acts like a barrier between what's inside us and the larger universe. That's why people say we're spiritual beings having a human experience. The Black Pyramid locks us into this experience. And what's scarier? The knowledge about it was buried on purpose. Everything is hidden in plain sight, if you know where to look.
The Black Pyramid in Alaska is at the center of a theory suggesting that the government holds top-secret hidden facilities in the region. It is believed to be located within the Alaska Triangle, an area spanning hundreds of miles that is supercharged with electromagnetic energy, akin to the Bermuda Triangle, where numerous unexplained disappearances have occurred. People have vanished, and planes have inexplicably disappeared without a trace. Despite extensive searches, no evidence has ever been found. Within the Alaska Triangle, a pyramid was allegedly discovered during World War II. Reportedly, it is twice the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza and is buried deep underground somewhere between Nome and Mount McKinley in the Alaskan wilderness. Supposedly, the U.S. military guards the enigmatic structure. Many researchers speculate that the pyramid was built by a lost ancient civilization. What adds to the intrigue is the belief that the Black Pyramid in Alaska can generate its own electricity due to its location within a geo-electromagnetic area of the Earth. Interestingly, recent discoveries at the Pyramid of Giza have led researchers to a similar conclusion, as research published in the Journal of Applied Physics has shown how the Giza Pyramid can harness electromagnetic energy within its chambers. The enigmatic connection between various pyramids around the world raises questions about their true purpose. Could they all have been built for a similar reason? Share your thoughts in the comments.
I've heard somewhere that those dark pyramids, they're there to keep us in a low vibration, enslaved, and so that we can't evolve. Now, if that is true, we should just smash them to bits, not study them.
When I was 5 years old, I told my parents that I was not from this planet, that I came from another planet. And they will ask me, well, how did you get here? Nothing, you know? Right. And I said, too serious. I teleported to the womb of my mom. And at that moment, they become serious too, because how a child will be so convinced about that fact.
But what were you seeing in your mind's eye that convinced you that you were from another planet?
I was aware that I had abilities, psychic abilities, that other people didn't have. Like I will use my intuition to find objects. I will manipulate the weather as I want it. And I will have dreams with extraterrestrials that to me felt familiar enough to not be afraid of them.
Okay, now that's the area that I'm asking about. What was the very first dream that you remember? At what age? And what were you seeing in the dream?
The very first conscious dream, it was when I was a child, but I was not able to interpret it correctly. So I just thought, well, these are some beings, but I didn't thought these are extraterrestrials, and I didn't know the story, you know,
What were you seeing in the dream?
I was seeing ETs of blue skin.
Blue skin?
Yes.
And when you say ETs, did you know as a child that they were extraterrestrial, or?
No, I didn't thought, I mean, I thought they came from another planet, yes, but I didn't thought about them as my star family.
But why as a young child would you even think of extraterrestrials? What did you say to your mom and dad about your
I was
dream?
obsessed about it, and I didn't know why.
I told that to my family, and they just chucked me out the door. Nah, not really, because I haven't told them yet. That is quite a lady, don't you think? I do wonder what the other reptilians think about she showing off like that.
The fuck is this in Little River, South Carolina? They're moving. I'm out here doing DoorDash. Do you see that? I mean, I thought they might have been like towers or something, but do you see how they're moving in formation? Let me scroll out. That's fucking weird. I mean, I know we're supposed to be delivering this DoorDash order, but one just disappeared. What the fuck is that? Oh wow, that's weird.
Not believe a word I'm saying. Nothing I am saying. Don't ever take what I'm saying as fact. All I'm doing is guiding you to a place, and it's down to you to discover and to determine what is fact and what is fiction. That's down to you. You can't see life through my eyes, and I can't get you to see life through my eyes. You have to see life through your own eyes, and that's. Go and find it out for yourself. Definitely, go and find it out for yourself. But remember that the waters are very muddy. And you have to go through a lot of muddy water to get to a clear spot. And there's not many of them. The worst place is the internet. It's not called the web or the net by mistake.
Did you declare yourself a freeman?
No, I didn't. Someone declared me a freeman. I never ever called myself a freeman. I'm not a freeman. I don't want to be a noble or a baron, which the actual word comes from barrow, freeman. So I'm not that. I'm not a free man. I was free the day I was born. I've always been free, because freedom is about choice, and I've always had the ability to make a choice, always. And if I want to take someone's authority away, it's quite easy, and I can do it in a non-conflictional situation, and I can take the conflict out of it by choosing to do what they ask me to do. And when you choose to do what's asked of you, there's no authority anymore. No one has the upper hand, because you've chosen to do it. And life is about choices and being given choices. There is always a choice. And every second of every day, you can make a choice to be either better or worse.
You heard him, kids. Never take me too seriously. This is all for entertainment. Or is it?
Allah. Ya Allah. سكر 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 سكر. بسرعة. بسرعة بسم الله. بسرعة. سكروا. وش منك؟ والله تخوفني يا زلمة الخوف طبعا قاعد. طيب يا جماعة. كورة. ايوه ايوه. يطلع. مقطع مقطع عنا شو. Это что такое, ребят?
What? Hello?
No.
Why is that?
No.
Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care.
Unusual history facts you probably didn't know. In the 1800s, a lot of dentures were made using the teeth of dead soldiers. In 1518, the city of Strasbourg was hit by a dancing plague where people would dance uncontrollably for days at a time. In Victorian England, people used to take pictures of their dead relatives in lifelike positions to keep as mementos. Human remains were a common ingredient in medicine until the 20th century. Dracula was based on a real person who lived in Transylvania the 15th century and had a similarly violent way of killing his enemies. Some books created in the 18th and 19th centuries were bound in real human skin.
Oh man, that's crazy. Alright guys, that's it for today. There are more videos to watch if you want that. Remember to tune in for the next one, and I'll see you all soon. Peace out.